see here. That's me. The day Pinkerton was released. The only thing that's changed is I guess I don't wear that cap anymore. Okay, this slideshow and this entire cruise, in my opinion, is dedicated to the memory of our beloved fan club girls, Michael and Carly, who, as you can see, braved all the elements to be our fan club leaders back in the 90s, and we miss them to this day, and always will. So we're very pleased. I'm pleased to think that they would think that this is a great thing, this cruise, because obviously they want to be on it. I mean, they're out there in the snow, freezing their asses off, you know, helping out the band back then. I think they look at this and say, yep, we want to be there. So now they are here. There they are. This is the ad that we answered to buy the band's first van, the 1985 Dodge Custom Maxi van. $5 grand. You have to, well, I think there's another photograph coming up here, just how awesome this thing was. Even though mechanically it had about 100,000 problems and cost about another $5 grand in about a week after we bought it. There it is. Now look at that thing. Dun, 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 dun. So in the early days, it was hard to catch a break. Here's the first ever review of the band from 1992. We're going to zoom in here. Another band that was trying too hard to prove something or other was Weezer. This band was probably the most blatant Nirvana wannabe that I've seen yet. And while a slower song at the front end of their set had its moments, the remaining tunes left much to be desired. I don't know why they were so pissed off, because most of the shows were free back then. I mean, what the hell do they want? Now, here's Brian. A couple nights ago, he was hosting movie night in this exact same position, only with a different costume on. This was his I just joined Weezer, and I just got to New York City to help make the Blue album pose. And he's pretty much exactly the same today, except new costumes. I mean, look at that guy. Cheerful man. Moving on here. And that's the tape he sent the guys to prove he could sing. Because that was the main requirement. Can this man sing? And goddamn he can. So here's a couple pictures, the evolution of what the Blue album looked like to the cover. When you have a toilet on the cover, it's not going to cut it. So this didn't make it at all. Now here we're getting somewhere, but the gang signs didn't work. Then Rivers said, make it look like this. It's a nice little sketch, it's beautiful. I said, all right, I'll mock that up. And that seemed to work, you know. And then we took a couple test photos. And then when we realized we didn't know what we were doing, they got Peter Gowland, who was a great photographer back in the 50s and 60s, and he took the actual cover photo. There's an early set list. That's the way it looked like back in the early days. Kind of a short set list. Then by the mid-90s, I was intentionally trying to confuse them on stage. And it worked pretty good. They never killed me, so I guess they kind of thought it was funny. Moving on here. Next slide. There's our buddy Pat Finn wearing the first Weezer shirt ever. There's 20 of those. If you ever see one, you better bid on it. Next slide here. Now that's some early, that's a poster from Netherlands. Pretty much my favorite and prettiest Weezer poster I've ever seen. So here is this ship up on the 5th floor. If you want to see some other old, really cool stuff, we set up a little museum for you. Don't miss it. It's sort of near the merchandise area in that 5th floor area. A lot of cool old stuff from my personal collection and River's personal collection up in that case. And it's right there. It's my virtual world, the world that's not really real. So here's a selection of, I did some of these last night. Here's some more early master tapes. So there you have Say It Ain't So. That's the tape they recorded on the Electric Lady Studios. Here's two Buddy Hollies and a Michael and Carly. That's the one that didn't make it. They re-recorded that later. And here we have No One Else, Say It Ain't So. Nah, this is too small to read. Originally in Undone, I was supposed to do a bunch of samples that kind of went back and forth, left and right, the really sad things and really happy things. And that got scrapped because Geffen Records said, you have 15 samples on your debut record, we have to clear them all? No, that ain't gonna happen. So that was my little cheat sheet of what I was gonna play off the keyboard. It's all like Charlie Brown and Darth Vader and stuff like that. It was cool. So here we are. This is an early master tape from the Pinkerton sessions, the never heard band version of Good News. It was basically just a run through. That was from the Black Hole. Shrink Triangle, you can see Rivers change the top left there just to screw people up. This is a track sheet showing what's on what track, background vocals, bass for Pink Triangle. There's more Pinkerton era master tapes. And many Pink Triangle mixes from Tom Lord LJ down in South Beach. Actually, up in South Beach. We're south of South Beach now. Here's some more. Now that's a hell of a tape right there. Woo. And hey, one advance. Oh, there we go. So here's some more Polaroids from 1994. Spin Magazine gave us a Polaroid camera and said, we'll put your pictures in the magazine to shoot, like, you know, shoot up all this film. And of course, by partway through the tour, opening for live, everybody was going stir crazy. So we started intentionally stabbing the photos as they were developing and doing captions. They obviously, Spin Magazine didn't like these. There's more though. Where are they? The lower right is our driver back then. He passed away later, but his name is Ray Stacks. He could sing country songs. It was the coolest driver we ever had. And wow, this is okay. Yes, you can see things are getting weird on tour. And oh yeah, this is a wee-wee toilet, no pee-pee, no poop at all. That's in the bus. You can't do that. More sadness on the bus. God knows what was going on back then. We're opening for live. There's Ed Kowalczyk, top right. Apparently trying to make love to Matt. Not really sure. He was a good man though. He's a funny guy. Live shots from back in the day. Kind of like here, except in a grubby, stinky club, not a giant cruise boat. But those clubs were rad.